This is Support is Sexy, episode 110, and today we're going to talk about push. Welcome to the Support is Sexy podcast. I'm your host, Elayne Fluker, entrepreneur, author, producer, and founder of Chic Rebellion Media. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I talk to women entrepreneurs who share their journeys and the true stories of their wins and their lessons, and give you insight and inspiration to take your business and your life to the next level. Here we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Support is Sexy. I'm excited to have you here, excited for the weekend. Hopefully you got some great things planned, but you know it just would not be the same without you here today. So today I wanted to talk to you about push. And I thought about this because, as many of you know, I just relocated from Brooklyn, New York to Atlanta, Georgia. It's been great, but it's very different. And one of the things that has been different, not in a bad way, but just in a different way, is I used to be able to go outside of my apartment in New York at any time of day, even sometimes at night, and go for a run, because running is truly my meditation. Now, I also meditate 10 minutes every morning, but there's a different kind of high, a different kind of peace, just a different kind of energy when you go for a run, especially a nice long run. So, of course, in Brooklyn, you can go wherever. I can go to Manhattan. I can run to Prospect Park, which isn't too far, or which wasn't too far from me at the time. Go for a long run. And my long runs would be 10 miles or more, and my shorter runs would be about 4 or 6 miles. The thing is, I could run and run and run and feel like I never had to stop. Now, here in Atlanta, or at least where I am in Georgia, you can go for a long run, 4 or 5 miles, or you can go longer. But the thing is, you might run out of sidewalk. So you'll end up running along the road, as they say. And we don't want to do that, really. It's not really a good idea to run along the road. There's traffic. There's a lot of stuff. You want to stay on the sidewalk. It's the best way. So that, as you can imagine, has been a big adjustment for me. I love running. I just have to find a new way to do it. It's not impossible. There's a way. And this is just referring to the area that I'm living in right now. Of course, this isn't to say that all of Georgia, all of Atlanta is like this. So no nasty letters from people in Georgia. And also, I know that an option is for me to join a gym, which is not something I really want to do because I love being outside. But still, it's an option. It's there. It's going to be fine. The reason I brought all of that up, though, is because I had to find an alternative in the meantime to continue to work out consistently. Now, I do crunches every day, and I do some other things and squats and all that good stuff. Keep it tight. But I also started doing push-ups. I hate push-ups. I think it's my least favorite exercise. Push-ups, and then actually I think squats, my 2 least favorite exercises. Now with push-ups, I think I don't like it because I don't really have upper body strength. Great arms, strong, work them out, do as many curls as I need to, punches, boxing, all that good stuff. But I don't know what it is about push-ups. I don't know if it's in my shoulders. I'm going to have to ask my former trainer, Mark Jenkins. I'm going to ask him what it is about that. In any case, I hate push-ups, but now that I've started doing them more, since I'm inside more, I've really noticed that I've become more focused on getting better at push-ups because I know that I don't like them, but I want to do more of them. So right now I'm up to 10. And when I say up to 10, I could do more, but 10 without your body shaking, you feeling like you're going to collapse. I mean, 10 really nice body plank push-ups, straight push-ups, not the girly ones, nothing wrong with the girly ones, but the straight push-ups, 10 easily now that I've been doing them for a couple of weeks. And I say easily because I'm getting better at them and I can feel myself getting better. I still don't like them, but I'm getting better because I'm pushing myself to do it over and over again. I do 10 every day. 10 is where I am right now. My goal is to do 100 push-ups straight through nonstop. I don't know when that'll happen. I'll keep you posted. But right now it's 10 at a time and I push myself to do them. I made a commitment. I do it every day. I'm going for 100. Right now it's 10. So all of that was not to bore you with my fitness routine, but it really was to talk about this idea of push. When it comes to business, I know for myself, there are things that I just either don't like to do, don't feel comfortable doing, I'm afraid to do, I think I might not do it right, or that I'm not ready or prepared, or all the reasons or really the excuses that we come up with for not doing that thing that we quote unquote don't like to do, or that we're just not ready to do, like the push-up. So it might be something like making that sales call or reaching out to a potential sponsor, or it might be something like selling your program or even setting up your program. It might be something like thinking about adding a new part to your business or something new that you want to try, but you're afraid to do it because people might get confused about your brand and your messaging and why you're doing this and that, even though if you listen to the podcast this week, you know in an episode with Jen Groover, which I really love and she's fantastic, but she talked about the importance actually of operating in different lanes. This whole stay in your lane thing, she doesn't apply that. She doesn't believe in that. And she talked about why it's important to drive, as you can say, in different lanes. So make sure you listen to that so you can get over this idea of I just have to do one thing. But the thing is, what is holding us back from pushing through those things that we not only don't like to do, but most times we need to do for our businesses? So for me, I'm getting over this idea of I'm at this point, the podcast is growing, everything's doing great. I'm getting fantastic feedback, wonderful interviews. You as the listeners love it, which I so appreciate, and thank you for letting me know when you do love it. And also the people who are being interviewed love it, which is very meaningful to me because as a person in media, someone who does interviews and loves doing it, I really love getting great feedback when someone says something like, I've never been asked questions like that before, or it was such a great interview, or you really made me dig deep. Those things are the best compliments for me. So I know the podcast is going in the right direction, absolutely. And there's so many other things that I want to do based on the podcast to extend throughout my business. But there's that part of me that is finding reasons to stall. So saying it's not ready yet, or I'm not at this point yet, or there's a certain number that I have to do before I do X, which is all a myth when we come up with these ideas of numbers. It's really about you, your pitch, what you're offering, what you're creating, and what you're doing. So what I have to do and what I want to remind all of you to do is to push. Do at least those first 10 push-ups, or make at least that first call to a sponsor, or launch that first program, or go to that first event and say to yourself, I'm going to get at least 10 business cards, talk to at least 10 people. Whatever it is, set a goal for yourself and push through the discomfort, the shaking body, for me in the case with the push-ups, push through that discomfort until you can find yourself doing it much more easily. I'm telling you, if you commit to doing it, you do it every day, you have an end goal in mind, you will get better at it. It will become easier, but you've got to push. So the discomfort from going to an event and walking up to people and telling them who you are and what you do and what you're trying to create, got to push through that discomfort. The discomfort of calling a sponsor and pitching and saying, hey, this is my business or my brand and I want to see if you're interested in it. Got to push through the discomfort. Creating an event and being afraid that no one will show up. Whatever the thing is that's holding you back from creating that event or a retreat or a workshop, you got to push through the discomfort and the fear and make it happen. So here today to remind you as you go into the weekend, think about the thing that you're going to push through next week. Not that you're going to fully accomplish that goal next week, but you're going to say, I commit to doing this and I am going to push through that discomfort and make this happen. I'm going to stay on this path, make it happen, do what I need to, get support around it. Of course, you know, we're all about that because support is sexy. Get support around this thing that I want to create and I am going to push. I'm not going to give up even when my body aches, even when I start trembling. I am going to push because I know in my mind I can do it. And I will tell you that's half the battle. I'm sure you've heard it before. Going there in your mind allows you to eventually go there in your body. But you have to believe you can do it and you have to commit to the push. All right, so thank you all so much for listening. You know I appreciate you. For more episodes of the Support is Sexy podcast and interviews with the fabulous women that I have the pleasure of talking to each week, go to supportissexypodcast.com. Again, supportissexypodcast.com. Be sure to have a listen and be sure to look at the free resources that are there and make sure to subscribe to the podcast. It's wonderful that you all come and you listen, but make sure you subscribe because that really helps us. And And this way you don't miss an episode. It'll be downloaded automatically. It'll be there for you whenever you're ready. So again, I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you make a goal that you're going to push to next week. Let me know about it. You can contact me on social media everywhere at Elayne Fluker or email me elaine@elainefluker.com. You know I love hearing from you. Again, I appreciate you. And now you know what to do. Go out there and create something sexy. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.